Hello everybody, and welcome to another Tack Productions video. In this video, we'll be reviewing three Conrail cylinder hopper cars made by three different manufacturers. MTH Premier, Lionel Standard O, and an Atlas Master Series. So all three of these cars are 1/48 true scale. So let's get started. On another note, the MTH and Atlas O are older productions, so keep that in mind while I'm reviewing. So here we have the MTH Premier Scale Conrail Cylinder Hopper car. MTH calls this hopper car the 100-ton cylinder hopper. It does has pretty nice graphics on the side. It has the proper C plate, capacity, and other proper decals. This car is also 4-belly. The bottom hatches on this car do not open. It does feature die-cast trucks with real springs in them. However, the die-cast trucks do not feature rotating wheel bearings. But again, this is an older run. The MTH Premier also has nice see-through grating. Here is the end of the car, and you'll see the brake wheel and the chain. It lacks a bit of detailing as far as the end of the car, but you can see in there they did at least put the road number and the car designation on the inside of it. But however, like I said, it does lack, for better words, of detailing. Now we will inspect the underside of the car a little bit more carefully. Since how this is an older run, this is an MTH that does have the thumbtack couplers. And once again, the springs are real, but it does not feature rotating wheel bearing caps. The hatches do not open. All in all, this MTH Premier is a little lacking on detail, but on the other hand, it is a rail car that you can grab a hold of and put it on the track without having to worry to break anything off of it. So it depends on which way you look at it. So if you're looking for a detailed car, then maybe you want to step up to another brand. However, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more durable, you might want to put this on your layout. This is the brand new Lionel Conrail cylinder hopper that was just released. Let's take a closer look at this one. You'll notice right away the detailing on this car. So first, let's take a look at the graphics close up. They've done a nice job, but they forgot to put the plate decal on there. Other than that, I don't see much missing. Let's take a look at the top of the rail car. It does have the proper and very crisp, nice see-through grating. What I found on this car is that the hatches are functional on the top. If you look at the end of the car, already you can be able to tell it has a lot more detail to it than the MTH Premier. featuring air tanks, airlines, plumbing, everything that you would find on the rail car. And yes, they did put the decal in there. Now, while we're here, take a look at that brake wheel and look at that chain. The chain on that brake wheel is real. That is a very nice touch. Lionel really stepped up their game. And that makes this model very comparable to the Atlas O Master Series. However, the car does lack with the thumbtack coupler. And as you can see, I have a rubber band around mine due to the problems of the coupler opening in a heavy train. So if you're pulling a lot of rail cars, the problem is the coupler forces itself open. I just wish they would make a better prototypical coupler. However, the die-cast trucks do feature springs and also do feature roller bearing, rotating wheel bearing caps, as you can see here. That makes for nice realism. You could actually paint those caps blue like they do on the real rail cars when the trucks have been serviced. Let's take a better look under the car. As you can see, these are the typical Lionel die-cast trucks with the thumbtack couplers. The hatches are not functional. But then again, the detailing on the end of the car makes up for a lack of other things, such as the die-cast couplers. That is some wonderful detailing on this car. Highly recommended. Here is an Atlas O Master Series. Many O-gaugers consider the Atlas O to be the top of the line model. So let's take a look at this Atlas O Master Series Cylinder Hopper. And once again, this is an older run. Also, on another note, there is a 3-bay version and a 6-bay version of the Atlas O. We will be reviewing the 3-bay version. So Atlas O did get the plate decal on this car, unlike Lionel. As you can see, plate C. The decals and the details are very crisp and clear. Let's take a look at the top of the car. The top of the car is see-through grates and very crisp and detailed, very comparable to the Lionel Standard O. The hatches on this one are also functional. Let's take a look at the end detail of this car. Just like the Lionel Standard O, this one features air tanks as well. Air piping. Atlas O also gets the decal on the end of the car. The one thing that I think where Lionel beats out Atlas on this particular detail is the brake wheel. The chain for the brake wheel is molded plastic, where Lionel actually put a real chain on the brake wheel. I think that was a nice touch of Lionel. However, the Atlas O is much more prototypical with their trucks and couplers, featuring airlines and hidden brake or hidden coupler release tabs. The Atlas O also features rotating wheel bearings. The Atlas O springs are painted black versus the MTH and Conrail, which are plain steel and are not painted. On another note, before we move on, I've seen people complain about the Atlas O trucks and couplers where the metal disintegrates. It was the earlier run of Atlas O trucks that did not have the rotating wheel bearing trucks or wheel bearing caps that had this issue. After Atlas introduced the trucks with the rotating wheel bearing caps, they eliminated the problem with metal deteriorating. Alright, let's take a look at the underside of this particular car. The Atlas O trucks are more refined. They do not feature a big tab. They have a hidden tab for uncoupling instead. And they use that metal plate across that axle there if you want to release them with a piece of magnetic track. All in all, both the Lionel Standard O on the left and the Atlas O on the right are pretty well detailed. Of course, details that means you have to handle the car more carefully when taking them on and off the track. It's a hard decision to decide which one is better in actuality, in my opinion, because the Lionel has stuff that I like about it, and the Atlas O has stuff I like about it. So, in the end, I recommend saying, hey, why not just buy both of them? And then if you're the kind of guy who likes to run extra cars, then add on an MTH Premier. And then when you have guests coming over to handle stuff, you can take and put your Atlas O and Lionel away and just run the MTH stuff for better handling. So, as you see on Conahee Rail, I own all three manufacturers. In some cases, I do own multiple amount of manufacturers. People think I own just Lionel. I might own just Lionel locomotives, but when it comes to rolling stock, I go with somebody who makes a good car and multiple road numbers, and it's got to be scale. Of course, sometimes one manufacturer doesn't get the scale quite right, so I won't buy it. But in this case, everybody's a winner here because they got the scale correct, although one will have more details than the other. But if you're looking for details, the Atlas O and the Lionel Standard O have all the details you could ever want. If you're looking for something be rough with and take on and off the track without detailing, then you might want to look at the MTH Premier. I hope you enjoyed this review of the 3 Conrail cylinder hoppers that are on Conahee Rail.